Sometimes when I'm having a hard time coming up with a new recipe, or I'm just in a rut, I turn to other sources for inspiration, such as cookbooks, magazines, or the internet. So one day I was looking through my everyday food magazine and I spotted one recipe that just popped out at me. And it's probably because I had most of the ingredients already in my fridge. So that's why I decided to make for you today my riff on an apple and avocado chicken salad. The apples add this sweet, refreshing crunch, and the avocados add this creaminess without mayo. So if you're an avocado lover like me, then let's go into the kitchen, grab a blender, and I'll show you how to make this. For my chicken salad, of course you need chicken. So I just cooked up 2 chicken breasts in advance. Make sure you season them well with salt and pepper. All you're gonna need for my apple and avocado chicken salad is chicken, bread, apple, shallot, garlic, avocados, lemon, buttermilk, parsley, and radishes. You can actually cook your chicken in advance, even overnight, because it's okay to have cold chicken for this recipe. And of course, you can always just use the trusty rotisserie chicken. Okay, I'm done here. I'm just gonna de-chicken and get chopping on the rest of my stuff. To your chicken, we're gonna add finely minced shallot. Take the time to finely mince it, because we're gonna put this in raw. So you don't wanna bite into like a huge chunk of shallot. Now, a Granny Smith apple. I mean, a lot of people do eat chicken and apple together. I just think it's so fresh with it, and it's like the only crunchy texture that I'm putting in here, and I'm all about texture. You need a little bit of a bite for anything. I'm so sad. I dropped my apple on the ground right before we're about to film, and it bruised like in an instant. What a waste. I'm just gonna cut off thin pieces. It looks bruised from the inside. Maybe it was a bad apple. So I'm gonna cut this into small dice. It's up to you if you wanna leave it in these like fancy strips. I love the sound that the knife makes as it rushes through the apple. Okay. And then just grab the whole bunch and give it a coarse chop this way. You don't have to worry about it being so fancy. It's just gonna be lost in the chicken salad anyway. I want the apple to be somewhat of a surprise when you bite into it. You don't really know it's there until you bite into it. And then you taste a little bit of that sweetness and you get a bit of a crunch. And that's done. And then you got your chicken, you got your apple, and now you need your avocado. I find it easy to just dice it in the shell. Done. Took like 2 seconds. Then you just gotta scoop it, use like a thin spoon so you get the least amount of waste. I hate wasting avocado, you know what I mean? So leave that alone for a little bit. We're gonna move on to the elements for the dressing because you need avocados there too. So I got 2 more avocados. Make sure that they're ripe. You know that this part secretly scares me. I know that everyone does this, but I wish someone would invent a better way because that's kind of scary. This is truly an avocado lover's salad. So the cool thing about this dressing is that you don't have to make it just for this chicken salad. You can put this over anything and it would be so good. You can even put this over a regular salad as like just a normal salad dressing. Completely flexible, completely easy to make. And then we're gonna add a little freshness to the creamy avocado. And you're gonna also bump up that green factor. So you're just looking for about roughly a 1/4 cup of coarsely chopped parsley. And on my now messy board, I'm just going to mince up my garlic. So what I do, whenever I put raw garlic into things that you're gonna eat raw and that you're not gonna cook, is my little trick. Come closer, my friends. You get a little bit of kosher salt and sprinkle it on there because you're gonna put salt in the dressing anyway, so it's totally fine. And what that rough salt does is help break down that garlic. And then what I like to do is I take the side of my knife and scrape it down and I work it with the salt. And then you're making kind of like a garlic paste. And it makes it much more palatable when you're eating it raw. We're done with our chopping, so now we just gotta add the liquid. We're gonna start with a 1/2 cup of water and then a cup of buttermilk. I have this left over in the freezer from my buttermilk bacon biscuits video. If you don't know what we're talking about, we'll leave a link for you down below. Check it out. So we're gonna add a cup. Or you can always just put regular milk, whole milk I would say, up to almost the amount that you need and then top the rest with vinegar. And then you need that, you know, that like acid in there. So I just squeezed some lemons in advance so that I could have enough for about 3 tablespoons. But if you like things extra tart, that's up to you. Add more. Last one. Lastly, all you have to do is season with salt and pepper. I find that I need about anywhere between 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. And about 3 grinds of a peppermill. Now we're just gonna blitz it up. And now I'm gonna just pour some over my chicken salad concoction. This kind of reminds me of a cross between a guacamole and a chicken salad. Okay, you know, for me, I think I kind of like it where you can see the speckles of the whiteness of the chicken. So I'm gonna stop right there. And then the rest, because you probably will have extra, you can just save it. You could put it in a mason jar or a Tupperware. This is also a great sauce for spooning over fish or even steak. And this would probably keep in your fridge for up to 3 days. Gonna toast up some bread, slice up some garnish for on top, and that's about it. Easy, right? The bread is nice and hot and toasty. I just sliced up some radishes thinly because of the crisp, refreshing crunch, as well as the color, because it just kind of otherwise looks one note. Man, this brings me back to my catering days. This is totally something I would have done on a job. And then the last thing that a lot of people tend to neglect You have to add that last sprinkle of salt and pepper on top so it brings it to life. I'm excited. I'm gonna give it a little cut. Oh my goodness. The avocado flavor really shines through. You get that hint of the freshness from that green apple with a tiny note of sweetness. The radishes on top actually just elevate it to another level. You taste the lemon, you taste the freshness of the parsley, and everything really works well together. Not to mention, I think it looks so simple, pretty, and elegant. If you didn't want to use lemon, you could push it up a notch and use lime juice and then go a Mexican route, and instead of parsley, use cilantro, and if you want to kick, add some jalapeno. I think that this is a crowd pleaser. You can eat it for lunchtime, dinner time, with a cup of soup, or even serve it on smaller pieces of bread like canapes and make it an appetizer for a party. It's a well-balanced, cheerful, tasty, and easy dish to make, especially during the summertime. So go out and get your avocados, but I bet you have avocados in your house right now, and try it. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today, and if you did, remember to push like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I just want to be alone with my chicken salad. Can't stop eating.